Hi guys, Ryuu here from Blender Bros, and in this video we're going to be modeling a sci-fi gun inspired by art from Star Citizen. Let's go! We're gonna model some really cool shit today. I'm inspired by Star Citizen art to a degree that I can't even express. So we're gonna be designing something in their style, and we're gonna be working on a gun, kind of like a cannon for a ship. So let's get started. Now, let me tell you something very quickly here, that if you're an absolute beginner, this is probably not the tutorial for you, because we're gonna be going a bit faster. And if you would like to learn the basics in Blender, probably you should grab our Jumpstart course, which is free, and the link is in the video description. If you, however, using add-ons, let's press C here to clump it. If you're using add-ons with Blender like Hardops and Box Cutter, then you're a bit more advanced. However, if you still feel like you need a bit more education on the subject, you can grab our terminal course, and it's also free on our website. Links in the video description. Alright, so we have this kind of a situation here. We're gonna press Shift S with machine tools, and we're gonna move cursor to origin. By the way, I'm gonna be using machine tools, Hardops, Box Cutter, Mesh Machine, Keyblerator, and every single fucking add-on I can that will help me work faster. So I cannot bloody see because of my mic. Hang on, there we go. We need to go to Mesh Tools and Control click on Radial Array, press X to reset it, and change the number to 3. Now we're gonna go to edit mode and move this a little bit on Z-axis, so they're not really overlapping, but I want them to be really close. Yeah, that will do. Okay, so they're not really, you know, one piece of geometry, but they're quite close. So here now we're going to grab the this end gun here, and we can actually select that and cut a little bit of a shape here. This is gonna be really cool. Yeah, it's good because it's gonna get a rate. I really like that. So now we're gonna grab this one. Since we haven't applied the boolean yet, we're gonna go Q and Shift Curve Extract and extract it. We're gonna go to local view, and we're going to slice it. So press D and grab Box Cutter. Let's slice this one off here, and we're gonna slice this here. We could do something like this. In fact, we could do that. Shift click, and then, you know, do something like this here and slice that in the back like this. This is pretty cool. Very nice cutout. And here we could, you know, do something a bit more outlandish. Maybe we could do something like this here. So V, and you know, do something like this here. How this looks, yeah, I don't like it. I'm probably gonna make a cuts here. Press V and slice it. Right, so we got, you know, something in here in front. And this one we're gonna extend it. So let's just E and extend it, and we're gonna grab this cutter here. So ever scroll, and then we need to go to face mode. We're gonna straighten up with a line from machine tools, Alt A and left. And we're gonna move it back here and simply extrude it. Okay, so we're gonna have something like this, and I think we're good to go. Cool. Now what I need to do is I need to create something in the back. So we're gonna grab a cylinder and maybe grab like I don't know, 50 of them, and rotate this and bring it somewhere here, make it bigger. And now it may seem that it's misaligned, but it's actually in the middle. Remember that this is an array, and the bottom part is simply shorter because it's angled, right? So this is in the middle. It just looks like it isn't, but you know, it's an illusion, so don't get fooled. Now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make it a little bit larger and scale this in here, and you know, insert this a little bit, scale it, and maybe extrude it like this. And I'm gonna run a chamfer on this. Chamfers are quite important, guys. Make it bigger. Something like that. That's pretty cool. And we could always, you know, insert this one more time, grab this middle part here and extrude it like that. Okay, so we got this kind of a situation here in the middle, which is pretty interesting. And then actually this chamfer could be a little bit smaller here, you know, kind of like this, really tiny, right? Awesome. So let's grab this back here and, you know, Q and Shift Curve Extract. Did it work? One more time. Shift Curve Extract. There we go. And we're gonna make it a bit thicker, maybe not that thick, and move it in here. And we're going to Shift D that and make it a little bit larger and difference. So we're gonna apply that and make it a bit larger here. And then grab this face GY. Like I told you, this is not for beginners. So, you know, if you're lost, like I said, go ahead and watch something easier like the terminal tut or the beginner's tutorial, right? This one could be actually even larger than that, kind of encompassed in here. Now, I don't want this to be really sort of evened out, so what I'm going to do is grab that. I'm going to extrude it like that and Shift D, make it a bit larger and difference, okay? So we got these three parts here. Now, this one is a bit too large, so probably what we're going to do is cut it, which is fine. And maybe that's a bit too short, so maybe we're going to make it a little bit longer, something like that. This one could be a little bit, you know, a little bit shorter. So the barrel appears a bit bigger, if you know what I mean, because now the back is quite large. In fact, this could be a bit smaller and sort of maybe misplaced in here. This could be moved a little bit forward as well. So we're kind of, you know, designing on the go, if you will. So now here we could, you know, run some interesting pattern, whatnot. You know, here macro and extrude it out. Have some kind of a mechanism here in the middle. Run a bevel on it because, you know, bevels are important. So you can see that shape here in the back. Now we could run some shell on top of it. So grab this and Shift Curve Extract and then make it larger. So Shift S and to Geometry and SY. Move it over here, and then we're going to slice it. Okay, so let's create a slice in here, and then we're going to run the slice here in the middle. Press B and slice it through, and then we need to run some securing loops. You can run a lot, doesn't matter. It's gonna be easier to clean that shading. So now click Alt click and click on loop select and control, and this will not work. So let's grab let's go here and create a chamfer. So chamfer and just make it wider like this. And let me see, I think loop slide should be turned off, and we could just replace the geometry, but that might not be the best idea. I think we're fine. This kind of a chamfer is fine. We can mirror this to the SR with Alt X. You get this beautiful chamfer going on the geo. If you got some problem with shading, just close it here like that, you know, move these verts to specific places, you're gonna be good. Alt X down, Alt X left, you're done. Very quick, and then we can run a bevel on this one, and I guarantee you it's gonna be fine. See, no problem, shading is clean, everything is peachy, and that's because we have smaller squares here, smaller quads, and even though we have angles, everything looks great. This is looking pretty cool. The front here is a bit boring. We could have something interesting here in the front, so we could just grab that, Control B that, and Q Alt M macro, insert it in, and run a bevel. The bevel should be smaller, not too big, right? Because it's a metal piece, it's a machined piece, so you don't wanna, you know, go too large on that. Now here we could have some really cool cuts as well, so we could run another, you know, loop bonanza here, and we could just cut it from the bottom here like this, right? So cut it from the bottom, but, you know, align it to a face like that, okay? And then press B. There we go, and tab B and shift click, and let me just see that. Let's grab them both, go to loco, and let's just try to align them. Okay, so we're gonna align this manually like this, and this is possibly too deep, so we could do something like that. In fact, we could even you know, rotate this on y-axis, so YY, and do something like this. This could also be interesting, you know. or do something like this. This is also cool, right? And then, you know, we move the cursor to select it, and we rotate this using mesh tools, control click on radial array, press X, and you got 3 of these, which is pretty awesome. And then all we need to do is make sure that this is not crooked. This one is actually slightly rotated here, and I bet this is because this one is rotated. So what you can do is Control A and apply rotation and do it one more time. So then mesh tools, control click on array X, and you should be fine now. See, now it's straight. So it was basically calculating the rotation here on these axes. So this is cool. I like that. And we could actually have a cutter instead of a cutter. So, you know, grab this one here, and we're in local view, so we're not going to be able to see that, but we can grab them together again here. Boom. And grab this face of this cutter here, okay, on the top. And I'm going to press Control Q, but in your case, you will not have the shortcut. So go to Q menu and go to Mesh Tools and go to Align View. Right click and assign this to Control Q. And now I'm aligned to this face here perfectly. So what I can do is, you know, create some cuts here. Okay, like that. I can even mirror this cutter. So what I could do here is, let me see that. Which cutter is it? Okay, here. So we could alt text it. No, that will not work. Go to Q menu and we could go to operations and set origin. Oh, mesh tools, sorry, mesh tools, set origin. And we want to set origin somewhere here, but we also want to set rotation, okay? So press R and click, okay? And this is gonna fuck the, you know, the radial array, so we need to get rid of it, right? But now we're gonna be able to actually mirror this properly like that, okay? So with this one, let's just apply operations and multiply. We're going to clean that edge in the middle, shift S, move origin to geometry, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to apply rotation, right? And then one more time Q, mesh tools, and control click on radial array X, and you're done. So now you got this thing going on, which is pretty cool. So we can go to settings and shift click on shade solid, which will shade them solid, right? And we can actually apply them. So and now what we can do is grab this cutter and select the face here outside and vertices, and then we have this, so we can go here and inset this. So press I to inset this, Control I to invert this, and delete the faces, and now we can solidify this. So go here and solidify it a bit, and you're gonna get this kind of like a clip inside, you see what I mean, which is pretty bloody cool. So now what we need to have some kind of like a shell that sort of, you know, protects it. Also we need some kind of a back to this gun because it's sort of weird. So let's just do that, and you know, that's a bit too far. Come on. Something like this will do, and we can always, you know, do the old faithful trick with EM macro, right? And bevel this and sharpen, and boom. Cool, that's pretty cool. Here we could have some, you know, clamps, whatever. So let's just run another loop here, and maybe, you know, grab one of these, or maybe even 2 of these, and curve extract, right, like that. And then we could have this and the easy and bring it down, and these could go down here. So easy, bring it down, easy Z 0 and GZZ. Why I cannot see the fucking axes? GZ, there we go, Z, and then EY, Y. Okay, that's a bit too long, but okay. Something like that. Cool, so now we can make it a bit larger and solidify this. So modify, solidify, press 2 to solidify both ways, right? And what we could do is run the bevel on this, yeah. So, you know, like that, right here too. Whoa, boom. And then Shift Control click on sharpen, and we can run an array here. So mesh tools and radial array, press X, and you're good to go. And you got this kind of a, you know, back in here, which is cool. Then here the barrels themselves could use a bit of interest. So, you know, we could have some kind of cuts in here, maybe in the back like this, and press V, move them closer. Okay, so let's click that and then go to array and just make it smaller. There we go, and then GY and move it in here. To be honest, I'm not sure about this front now, so I have a scroll and I'm gonna get rid of this for the time being. Let's just apply the sharpen here. Where is now my my shell? My shell is in here. Perfect. So we need to apply some loops here to prevent, you know, this shading disaster. There we go. This is gonna be a bit better. You can hold Shift and click on sharpen to fix the auto smooth, which looks pretty peachy, and there you go. You are sorted. Now you're gonna have some shading problems here and there, but you know, you can always fix it by applying the boolean later on. This looks, I think, a little bit better, closer to the bar here, and this one is a bit more solid. I like that. So this could be a bit of a different shape here. I think it's a bit boring, so you could echo this angle here and maybe fall down on a kind of a less steep angle and create a second opening here. So we're gonna add a bevel. You're gonna be able to see that because it's gonna stand out, and you know, same here. So the bevel and weighted normals. Okay, so here we have this main shape, so we could just, you know, insert it and extrude it. So E and extrude it really deep. There we go. And then we can insert either something circular, or we could actually grab this one in the middle here and insert it even more, and Shift Control curve extruct outside like this. But we're gonna have to fix you know, these bevels, and this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna use the unfuck for it. So select this one with Control Y, unfuck, move here, and then Alt X, and you're done. And it's gonna look much better. Perfect. And these would be our kind of barrels, and we can, you know, use some cuts here, maybe on this B for bevel, and then V, and this could be, you know, vented here in the middle like that. And of course we need an opening here like this and cut through, right? Then we got barrels, you know, for these cannons. Awesome. So now we need some casing. So let's grab a cube and let's make it bigger. Maybe not that big. And let's Alt Z that so you can see what the hell is going on. And SY, make it a bit bigger. And I think from the you know, from the top a little bit. So we could just make this larger, and I'm thinking by scale, let's chamfer this. This is too tall, so it should be somewhere here like that. And we're gonna grab just a shell here and Control click curve extract, so we're gonna get the, you know, the shell only. Let's get these two here and GG and move them up here. Alt X to the other side. We're getting somewhere. Control Alt R to, actually, you know what? Let's cut it with a knife. Okay, and knife, and grab that. Control B to move that. Grab these two here and G Z and move them up to open up this like that. Cool. Select that one and bevel this, so it's gonna be smooth. And here too, Alt X. How we're looking from the front. Let's just run a solidify so we can see it, otherwise it's infinitely thin. Okay, So here occlude and B and move this to the left, and this should be good. And then, you know, Alt X PG. So now we got this going on here. We don't really need this edge, so we could basically dissolve it. This will not work. Okay, so combine these two faces into one. Grab these two and, you know, Shift Control B and chamfer and Alt X. Okay, so now we got that going on. We could actually create some really interesting cuts here. So let's switch back to the cutter. And let's just, in fact, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of these corners. Maybe not the best idea. Maybe we could create something like this here. So B for bevel 1, and then how about we're gonna do something like this? That might be better. And then grab this face here and Shift D Y and move it in here, and then E and extrude it. And we're gonna grab this corner here and we're gonna move it somewhere here on the Y-axis, and grab this one, Control B, okay, and then Alt A to straighten it, and it should be fine. Bevel is a bit too big here, so not solidify. So we're gonna make this bevel a bit smaller. Yeah, something like that. And that's pretty cool. So this is too thin. We need to make it thicker. So modify, solidify, make it thicker, or you can just thicken it into, you know, inside. So it's gonna be more snugly here, right? And then we can make it a bit bigger, so it's gonna be cool. This could be also sliced like this, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. D here could be some kind of an opening here in the back, like this, you know, here. Going down, and then we need another cube, and move it in here, SY. Move it somewhere here, and mirror to the other side. Apply it, and let me see. This could be an interesting, you know, kind of like a mechanism here for mounting or something. E, extrude it here. Chamfer this, but apply scale before that. And maybe, let me see, chamfer this as well. Clean that mesh so we don't have to deal with garbage. And then we can start, you know, shaping this up. So let's grab an angle and maybe let's cut it in here like that, and maybe 2 grooves in here. It's already shift click on sharp and move to the right to fix the auto smooth. We got this situation, and here you could get this kind of like a mount opening, you know, for, you know, some kind of a mechanism that's gonna mount this to the top, and we could create some kind of a cuts in here in the middle like that. Okay, and then V to array this and move it in. So one more time, okay, V and then E, and create something like this. Maybe drop them down a bit. So come on, GZ, and whoa, grab this ever scroll and then GZ and drop them down here, and move them to this side. There we go. And this could create some kind of a lockup mechanism here. Ever scroll one more time, and maybe, you know, cut it from this side, and you're good to go. All right, and then bevel this. All right, cool. And in the middle here we could have some other, you know, cuts or grooves or whatnot on each side. Could indicate some kind of a lock-in mechanism, right? You can put some decals on it, or, you know, bevels, whatever. Could have a tiny cut in here across. It's gonna look pretty posh. And there you go. Right, cool. Okay, so we got that going on. I think the front, maybe it's a bit too forward. Maybe it should be somewhere here. Maybe this will look better. Let me move this one backwards as well. Maybe that's better. I think that's better. It's just kind of more balanced. This one also should be a little bit higher here, like this, and maybe a bit more forward. So this cut here should be deeper, you know. There we go. All right. I think this is a bit better, and this could be a little bit shallower. So kind of like that. Maybe we could cut this back here like this, you know. So cut it in here like that. How are we looking? Oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. I like that. Kind of cool. This could be a bit deeper, to be honest. Something like that. Better proportion. I still think this is a bit maybe too long. So maybe we could just cut it here. There you go. So now, and you know, the barrel could be larger technically, so we could just grab this whole thing and maybe make it larger. G, Y, and move it up here, and maybe make it larger, you know, like really like that, and create something like this here, even larger. Okay. And let's go here to this part and insert it a little bit and then extrude it like that. Let me see that again. E and just a little bit and maybe scale it down like this. And let's see that. Yeah, that's a bit better. This could work. Now we have some nasty edge here. We can clean it very easily by simply pressing 3 to clean that. This is caused by the clamping after we introduced clamping for bevel. SY, scale this, move it in here, scale it out, and let me see that. Put it somewhere here and extrude it, move this edge up, and that's good. Okay, let's run the cut here, maybe like this, and engage a knife, so we can grab these two and extrude. Actually, you know, we could move them. So GX and move them in here to make it a bit wider. Alt X to the other side, and this could do sharpen this like that. Yeah. And then we can run the bevel thing. So let's just run the bevel here. Okay, and Alt X to the other side. How are we looking? That's interesting. And we could run another bevel here. So let's just move it up a bit. So GZ, move it up a bit. And then run a bevel here. Like that, and Alt X. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Cool. And then we can run the chamfer here. So the chamfer here, right? Like this. Alright. Awesome. And this should be some kind of let's just clean that. Okay, so operation clean mesh, which will clean this one here. Let's insert that, and you know, insert it in here and create this kind of a situation. And then we'd have some vents or whatnot, or some kind of you know, I could think of something in here, like, let's say, how this runs, because I need to see the bevel, otherwise I cannot see the shape. There we go. So we could run something like this in here. Just cut it with a knife and extrude it. Alt X, grab this one, insert it a little bit, and extrude it back. Right, and then what we can do is create some random cuts here just for fun. If you hold Control, you can repeat the cut. So just hold Control. And then we're gonna simply mirror to the other side, sharpen, and you know, add some bevel, and we're done. So we got this kind of a, you know, situation there. Now this is a little bit encroaching here on this structure, so probably needs to be a bit smaller. So grab them and make it a bit smaller like this, so it doesn't, you know, interfere with the structure here. This could be a bit deeper, so what we could do is go to vertex mode, occlude, and grab the back and GY and move it to the back here, you know, so it's gonna be a bit longer, right? Something like this. And this gun's gonna be mounted here from the top. This could be some energy cell or whatever the hell on the side here, and we can run some clips here, you know, like mountings. So we could grab that and Q, shift curve extract, shift DY, move it to the back, and then grab them both and Alt X and copy. There you go. And you got this going on. This should be kind of misaligned with these two lines here. So what we could do is GY, move this one in front, and GY, move this one in here, maybe. We could make this narrower, you know, like that. Boom. And move it in here. I think it's gonna be a bit better, yeah. But it's misaligned, yeah. This one should be beveled, this one should be beveled, and this one should be beveled, right? Just grab a cylinder, right? Just let's make it a bit more interesting, and we're gonna snap this cylinder here to the surface. So hold Control. If it doesn't work, go here, press Face Project and align rotation to target, and it's gonna project it here. The cylinders are probably too big, but who cares? Let's make it a bit smaller. So GG and do that, and GZZ, sync it, sharpen, grab that, chamfer it, and then we're going to extrude it like that. And we need to actually rotate it a little bit like this, okay? And extrude it, right? And we see. So with this done, what we're gonna do is we're going to move our cursor here to face, Q, and we're gonna go with Q and alt click on Z loader and go to free. This is Keytops, by the way. All the links in the video description. Hardops inserts for Keytops by Master Xeon. You can find them on Gumroad. And we're gonna grab this one, add insert, boom, and scale it. Actually, and GZZ, and move it in here, and boom. From here, and removed all the mats because we don't need them. And once you do that, you want to purge the mats because, you know, they're just garbage mats, so we don't need these mats. We're gonna have our own mats here. SZZ, so let's scale it a little bit, and GZZ, and move it in here. Combine them together, Control J, and then we're gonna array them. So array them in X. If it doesn't work, apply rotation and do it again. There we go. And then shift click and mirror. Are we good? This could be a little bit closer, to be honest. Somewhere here. Here in the back, we could have some kind of a, you know, I don't know. Let's just change this to local. There we go. Let's just do something like this. Maybe we can grab one loop here, scale it, Control B, and Alt macro, and actually move it outside, just for a change. Let's see if we can do that. Move this to origin, move this one to cursor, move this up here, and let's see, maybe we can do something in here as well, you know, some kind of, I don't know. Let's see that, okay, so, let's scale this in, apply scale, and then let's just cut it on Z, the n-gon. We need to slice this in here for sure. Needs to open up over there. This is a bit too tall, and maybe I could just slice it in the front like this. It's way too tall. Should be narrower. Maybe like that. Or like this. And then here. Let's apply this and run a bevel here. And then Alt X, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this and run a shift curve extract. Remove the middle part, and we're gonna rotate it. Okay, so R, rotate it and see what we're gonna get here. Scale it in, and you could actually grab the occlude and move this one closer, and then mirror to the other side. Rotate on 180 on z-axis. Wow, RZ 180. Okay, and we could have some kind of something here. Hang on. This is too, should be a bit more narrow still, right? So maybe a bit more. So GX, right? These should be, I think, aligned here like that. Yeah, so okay. And let me see. So here we could have some long opening on the top like this, or maybe even bigger. I'm wondering, maybe something like this. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what it is, I don't care, it looks awesome. And here I'm gonna get flamed by the gun experts. Watch me getting flamed by the gun experts. Also watch me not caring, because I don't. We could actually expand this, so Control B, and we could select this entire part here. So hang on. This is not gonna go through. Okay, so let's cut it properly like this with a knife. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this whole part. Actually, no, wait. We're gonna select this this bit here, Control B that, and then select this part, and then GX. And then we could just run a bevel here. So maybe that's a little bit too aggressive. Something like that. And then run a bevel here. And run a bevel here. How this looks. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And this one could be moved. Either forward or backwards. So a little bit, come on. We need to go out of this mode here. There we go. And yeah, it's kind of, you know, thicker here on the top, which is interesting, right? Could be actually slightly bigger too, you know, something like that. And maybe with the end cap here, so F, or select everything and F that thing, right? Right. And then we could extrude this one, this one all the way up to here. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. I like that. And here we could have some cut on this, so, you know, grab an end gun and just simply, whoa, different one, and maybe cut it like this, so it kind of goes in here, sharpen. Right, so we got this kind of an interesting thing in here. Could have some tiny mechanism on top or whatnot, so shift curve extract here. Let's just apply this, scale this, right, and then move it in here. In fact, shift S to geometry, SY, scale this, and then array this on x-axis, right? GY, and scale it even more, or scale it on X, and array some more. Because why not? and this could be lower, you know, somewhere here. Boom. Here on the back we could have some other cuts just to make it look a little bit less normal, maybe not as big. Maybe something here. That's pretty cool. Now the only thing left to do is just simply slap some mats, and I'm not gonna be really rendering this because, you know, this is a modeling video. I have so many rendering videos that honestly there's no point of doing it here, but we can create some mats very quickly. This one is a bit too bright, not rough enough. Okay, cool. I don't know what the hell is going on in here. I think it's just double geo. There's double geometry here. That's curious. Fascinating. Let's just copy mask here. There we go. That's cool. This could be here. Maybe it could be this. And then we could have the darker parts here, the big one. You want to have a dominating color, you know, on maybe 70% of your model or whatever. This one could be actually darker, and this one could be brighter. And then this one could be brighter as well. And these two could be, you know, these two could be, actually this one could be darker. And this one on top could be brighter. These elements here, these ones could be darker. Hang on. These ones could be darker as well. This one could be darker too. And these. And these ones could be, actually we could introduce a tertiary element. So let's just copy this here. Cancel the, then select this one, cancel the instance and make it darker. Be like really dark, right? So it's a bit too dark, but something like this, you know. So this could be also darker. A tertiary element, you know. This on the front could be also tertiary element, to be honest. Let me see that. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then the rest of it, guys, is just, you know, decals and trim sheets. You can, you know, do a lot to this gun. You know, add some interesting details like tiny screws and whatnot, and, you know, trim sheets all over this place. You could even combine these together and start working with Zen Barbecue to add some really cool bevels without worrying about geometry. So yeah, it could work this gun really well. Alright, well, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.